Welcome back to Dilemmas Concepts. What I'm looking at today is a circle. So here it is that our first question says. It says, for question 5 and 6, which are right here, it says, consider the equation of the circle represented by x squared plus y squared minus 2x minus 6x is equal to negative 6. So we want to consider that. Now, it went further. It says, rewrite this in center radius form, which is the same thing as standard form. So the format for this is like this. I'm going to have x, this is going to be squared, plus y, this is going to be squared, and it's equal to some number over there, which we could use to help us with our radius. The numbers that go here, for example, I'm going to focus on the x term here. So I'm looking at negative 2. A half of negative 2 will come beside the x. Remember, this is the x term. It's going to go beside the x. So negative 1 comes here. I'm going to take a half of this, which is negative 6. It's attached to the y, so it's negative 3. So I'm going to have negative 3 here. So already I have the format. What I'm going to do now is that I'm going to take these same numbers and I'm going to square them and I'm going to add them to that side. So negative 1 squared plus negative 3 squared will be added to the right side. So let me rewrite this. But take a look. Negative 1 squared will give us 1. Negative 3 squared will give us 9. So basically this is what we have left. We have x minus 1 squared plus y minus 3 squared, and this is equal to negative 6. So let us take a look. Negative 6 plus 1 plus 9, and that's positive 4. So this is basically positive 4. Okay, so that's what we have there. So this is what we call center radius format. Okay, now if you want to rewrite your 4, you could write it as 2 squared. So you could see where the radius is 2 here, right there. Let us now take a look at the second part to this question. The second part to the question is saying to us that, hey, can you give the key features of the circle? This circle that we have here, the equation, let's give the key features. So the center comes from these values here. The center comes here, but it's going to be the opposite value. So if this is negative 1, it means my center is at 1. And if this is negative 3, then this is 3. So the x and y coordinates are as follows. They're at 1, 3, as you could see. So this is my x value at the center, and that's my y value at the center. Now the radius is 2, right? So the radius is 2 here, which means that my diameter is 2 times 2, which is 4. When we speak of the domain, we're referring to our broad is my graph. And when we talk about the range, it is how tall is the graph. So let us quickly take a look. What it means for my domain is that my domain is referring to my x values and my range is referring to my y values. There's a quick way that we could find the domain for this. Let's take a look. So x will be less than or equal to some number, but it will be greater than or equal to some number. What we're going to do is to take the coordinate at the center, which is 1, and then I'm going to add my radius, which is 2, so it's going to give me how far right I'm going to go. Also, I'm going to take my coordinate at the center, which is 1, and then I'm going to take away the radius, which is 2. Let's finalize this. This is negative 1, less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to 3. This is my domain, where x is less than or equal to 3, but greater than or equal to negative 1. Let's take a look at the range. The range is referring to how tall the graph is. So 3 is my y coordinate at the center. So I'm setting up. So it's going to be 3 plus 2, which is my radius, and then 3 minus 2, my radius here. So Basically, we're going up by 2, going down by 2. So 3 minus 2 is 1, less than or equal to y, which is less than or equal to 5. What this is suggesting is that my graph would be this tall, 1 all the way to 5. Thank you for watching Delama's Concepts. And tomorrow, we will be looking at another concept. See you next time. Bye-bye.